try to do 2 sections on that to make it work so there were 2 half-day sections. Probably had about, at least a half dozen meetings with principals and all of our personnel. We were looking at maybe it would go in one building. What we found out when we involved transportation, principals, and looking at doing it is we would be displacing kids at that school and have the overflow problem. Are you familiar with the overflow problem? What we do is we protect our class size, and so if we're above 25, for example, at the elementary level, we won't add a kid to that class. If somebody moves into Dover, we'll overflow them to Holly Lane, Bassett, and so on, so that we keep the class size small. I was asked to revisit a policy about when we start kids, and I informed you that we were looking at an August 1 start instead of September 30th. Had a lot of parents express some concern and some understanding with that. Went back and the board asked some good questions, and we are moving forward with that policy. But what they decided to do was to make the recommendation to parents for this year, but not mandate it until the following year, because we had a lot of feedback from parents that that said, boy, they already made plans a certain way and it really was going to impact them. So we have prepared to have 6 additional sections. Kindergarten, it could be 5. And so we've talked around that and made the comment, boy, we 5 to 6 new teachers. And there's an accuracy there will be 5 to 6 new positions created because of this kindergarten. But we are also going through, like everybody else is going through in the state of Ohio, looking at what we can do to make sure we are effective and efficient. So there's probably going to be some reductions in the district in different spots, and there probably will be, well, not probably, I know there's already current primary teachers, K-3 licensed teachers, that prefer to teach kindergarten. So I'm guessing it's going to be anywhere between 2 to 3 new hires for kindergarten. I don't know if it's going to be each subject longer as much as it's going to be a bigger emphasis on literacy, certainly, and math, and a little bit more time on some of those, you know, sometimes we use center time and we're able to have the teacher really work on specific needs with the little ones. There'll be some considerable amount more time for teachers to work on specified needs with students. Probably the biggest noticeable change. The schedule is going to look a little bit, in some respects, as far as time blocks, like first grade. It's not going to be taught like first grade. The actual classroom, when you walk in, it's not going to look like first grade, but the time blocks will probably be a little bit similar. Right now, I think what most principals are considering is letting the kindergartners get, and this isn't finalized, okay? So one tape and you heard me. We're considering things like letting the kindergartners go down, you know, first with their section. Not all kids go to lunch at the same time anyway. They're broken down the sections, but with their grouping, so that they can go through the line, have more time to get through. But I feel pretty confident about it, but I also understand the anxiety with it. And our teachers understand kindergartners, and they are thinking about all of those things and advocating for doing things the right way. There is a lot of uncertainty going on at the state, and again, that's why I'm grateful that Tom's here and that the board supported this and that the community really expressed that this was a priority. And that's also why I mentioned there may be some reductions. It might not be 6 jobs or openings. There'll be 6 to fill in kindergarten, but there may be some other things that we reduce and move around some people to make this happen. Because the fact of the matter is, there's not a lot of money going around. And so some other districts have made decisions that we just can't do this. We've made a decision to make it a priority. When we made that decision to make it a priority, we had to understand there's other things that we like that are important, but aren't as strong a priority that I may have to reduce. So, you know that as a parent, you're going to see that now.